So today I will be talking about the social and economic injustices that residents, not necessarily residents, but our clients face within the St. Vincent de Paul agency. Our client population, based on what housing they're in, we have transitional housing, and within transitional housing we have a 50-50 ratio between African Americans and Caucasians, with the women to men ratio is very small. In all three of our housing campuses, we only have one male in each residence program. Within our on-campus site for family housing, there's also one male head client there, and then the rest are all women. The ratio of African Americans to whites is about 80 to 20% there. The rest of the clients, as I said before, are women. They're pretty much the head of the household. Then we have scattered sites, and those are the people who live off campus. And within that program, it's a 60-40 ratio, 60% African Americans and 40% Caucasians. And there's also only one male within that program. So that's a small description of the client population. The reason why a lot of our clients are at risk are mainly because they're minorities, and just from the history of this country, minorities do face face a lot of disadvantages and have a lot more hardships because of racial inequality in our country. A lot of our clients come to us and they're poor because they are chronically homeless, whether they've been homeless for 3 months to a year. A lot of them are women. And due to the pay gap, that's another thing that affects them and makes them an even more at-risk population because they're poor, they're women, and a lot of them have a disability. That's one of the requirements to get in our housing. They become more vulnerable to the outside world, whether it's dealing with their family members who take their money because they're disabled and they may have SSI checks. That's something that they may face. With landlords, we've had incidents where landlords will charge extra money because the person is disabled and they won't tell them. And then we have to deal with problems like something else that's a barrier and a concern for this population is the fact that with the women, they'll turn to selling their bodies just to have money to provide for their children. These are just a bit of the injustices they experience and the barriers that impact their lives within not being able to have the financial means to provide for their children. It's been really hard for this population. As far as our strategies to promote and advocate for our clients with their for social justice and economic justice, on the micro level, we have caseworkers that do management with them, whether it's weekly, which is done in the transitional program, and our scatter site program, along with our on-campus family residents. We do monthly case management sessions, and with that we help them with their socioeconomic problems by helping them get rid of their debt. We attend court dates with them, and we let them know that they aren't alone. It's important to us that we are a social support for them, along with helping them with economics, getting them to the right resources, whether that is letting them know that they can apply for SNAP benefits, along with helping them navigate through the Social Security offices, and also being a broker and connecting them to the resources they need to fill in the gap between their needs and the resources. Another thing that we do as far as macro level to promote, to help them promote and advocate for social justice is following the guidelines for HUD and applying for grants so that we are in compliance with federal money so that we can help them to remain in housing and have shelter. It's important to us that we are able to take care of one of the first levels of Maslow's hierarchy of needs, which is shelter and water and food. That's what we aim to do. Housing first is one of the main things that we strive to cover within our program. That is how we at St. Vincent de Paul try to help our clients with social and economic disabilities.